Let's do this. Are you ready, Dom?
Always.
Okay, and and a 3, and a 2, and a 1. What's up, everybody? This is Talk Your Shift. I am Mel.
I am Dom.
And this is TJ.
Hello, everyone.
Woo, TJ!
Thank you.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself and like your channel and stuff.
Okay, all right. So I am, as we just discussed, I'm about to turn 40. I know you from long ago when you worked for me at Ruby Tuesday.
Yeah, he's my boss. Yeah,
That's correct. Yes. You were bartender, server, shift leader.
All the things.
Yeah.
To get back on track, though, I am an independent filmmaker. Right now, I'm pushing to try to make my first feature, Necromance. And so far, we've made 2 proof of concept scenes. We had to reshoot one of them because I had some actors drop out, which is something that's going to happen when you're working in indie film and you're not really paying anybody. You're going to lose people from time to time. So right now, we're ready to screen that again, the new scene with the new cast, and hopefully push forward soon with some crowdfunding and make the feature.
Hell yeah. And we will be putting all his links below in the description. So please go and click away, guys. Click away. All right. So if you're new here, we talk about life. We love to promote small businesses and creators. And yeah, so I usually kick off with a meme. But first, we're going to do some Would You Rathers because I wanted to do some horror Would You Rathers.
Okay.
Because that's his thing. That's his specialty. So where's my
Specialty.
hold up. Okay. Would you rather get lost in Texas Chainsaw Massacre or the Blair Witch house?
Oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because Texas, that's just a guy running around with a chainsaw. We're talking about witches and stuff. That's supernatural. I don't know how to fight that. I could run really fast, but I don't know how to stop a spell or anything like that. Yeah. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Take this plasma.
Yeah, no, I honestly, like, looking at the Blair Witch house, it's like the guy in the basement with the stones, everything. I'm like, I couldn't do that either.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm not a good runner.
You can't fight possession, but you could run away from the guy chasing you with a chainsaw.
Yeah, unless you keep
you're
looking
ultra
behind.
Religious. If you're ultra religious, maybe you know some tricks.
I was gonna say,
To battle on the way. Do you?
I would just walk around with holy water. I feel like, well, okay. Because I don't know why, but my family has had a tendency. Oh my God! You saw I almost did it. I stopped myself.
did
Look
that.
at you.
I literally
You see how
covered.
quietly I've been placing my coffee
Who
down?
was someone that we had on the show actually? Instead of like putting their drink down, because we told, I think it was Matthew, our friend Christina, her cousin. We told him how it's sensitive. Be careful, and he was like,
Yeah, it took him forever to put it down. It like distracted me. Like I think she was talking, and I'm just looking at his hand.
"Yeah,
as
we're
it's, like,
watching
slowly.
him like put this cup," but it's like taken 6 years, and we're like low key wanted to be like,
Just put
the
it
cup
down.
Yeah, but
Just don't slam it.
yeah.
Oh my God.
But no, my family, we've had a lot of experiences with moving into places that I guess have ghosts and stuff like that. Or, like
Yeah.
a lot of our family members do visit us.
I
So
do have a question.
yes,
Would this be one of those places?
I don't think so. I mean, I haven't.
He's like,
yet.
have you received any visitors here?
I think I need to go.
Not that I've experienced yet.
Okay.
So I think we're clear. But I think low key. So with the would you rather, do I know that I'm about to either be in either of those
It doesn't
places, or it's just
specify.
like,
It's up
okay.
to interpretation. So if you know, like this is your choice. So like I guess you're reborn into a universe, or you're like dropped into a new universe.
That's
so
the way
it's
I
like,
looked at it. Like you're just dropping me into basically
Oh.
the middle of the movie.
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's-
I still
that's how
stick
I
by my
pictured.
story because supernatural you can't
All right.
battle that. Maybe you can.
If I was getting dropped and I didn't know, then I probably. That's hard because I feel like if I started realizing some weird, supernatural shit was taking place, I think I would just like, I would start praying. I'd be like, Jesus, this is not fucking funny. Like,
I feel like you could do good in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like
don't know.
because you could run. Like she's
I am
athletic as
fast.
shit,
I am
so that's why I'm
fast.
like, use them legs, girl. I can't run, but I still pick Texas Chainsaw Massacre because I'm like, maybe I could hide. But then I gotta get the huffing and puffing like down. Like you ever hear like in the scary movies where they're like like in the closet. I'm like, bitch, shut up. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I would be that person like huffing and puffing in the closet, like trying to get it together. So I'd still take Texas Chainsaw
Maybe I
Massacre.
would too. Yeah, you bring up good points.
You could
Alright,
book it.
so-
You could book it. I ain't booking nothing. All right, here we go. Summer camp at Camp Crystal Lake for the summer, or the cabin from Evil Dead. You got to spend the summer.
The entire summer?
Yeah.
All right, it's definitely Camp Crystal Lake. Because nobody lasted one day in the Evil Dead cabin.
I've never seen that.
Are
so-
you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god, it's
just-
so freaking good.
I saw them all when I was much younger, and then like a month ago, I rewatched all of the originals.
The remake was good. I think they
You
did.
liked it?
I did. It wasn't spoofy like the originals were. You know, it was kind of like corny and stuff. But I love that they kept true to the goriness of it.
Yeah, that's true. But that's what I loved about the original ones is the
Ridiculous
goofiness and slapstick to it. Yeah.
It was insane. It's creepy as hell,
Okay.
and like I get so it has to do like it's like a cabin. They go away and they find this creepy ass book with people's skin, and you're not supposed to read from the book. But
Okay.
what do? They read from the book, and
Of
then
course.
everyone starts getting possessed, and
Remember what I was just saying
wow.
before about possession?
Yeah.
Okay.
that's why I see where this is
It almost always
going.
wins.
Okay, I
Fair
see
enough.
where this is going. All right, I'm like,
So I'm guessing the next one, I'm going with the one that doesn't involve possession.
no, this one actually, you have. Okay, all right, here we go.
Oh, you did not answer.
I
So a creepy ass cabin where everyone's getting
Oh,
possessed.
but you never saw Evil Dead, yeah.
yeah, but I guess from how you guys described it, yeah. Even though I'd be praying and talking to my boy JC, and be like, "You better fix this shit. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing this." And I'd probably just start, going like this all around. Start saying "Jesus Santísimo."
If you were in
Uh-huh.
Evil Dead, they would be laughing at you because that's
Literally,
how
that's
how
what they do,
creepy
yeah.
it is. It's
Really?
insane. It's really good though.
Yeah, all right.
like
I need
it.
to watch it. I need to watch it.
You do,
But I
and
guess-
then watch the remake, but you have to watch the originals because
Okay.
it's really good.
Okay.
They're just obnoxious and great.
So,
Specifically the first two.
Yeah.
Which are essentially the same movie, but Sam Raimi couldn't basically use the footage, I think, from the first one to use in flashbacks in the second one. So he basically like redid it, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I would do like same thing with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I would do Crystal Lake because like I could just run. I'll just
You
run.
guys are picking running over praying.
I
for
think
sure.
simultaneously. I think I would be doing that simultaneously. I'd be huffing and puffing while I'm like reciting a Hail Mary or something,
All right. And our last one is: would you rather be haunted by the girl from The Ring or from the demon of Paranormal Activity?
I mean, neither one of these are. If I really had to pick one, I guess the girl from The Ring, because at least she just comes out of the TV, and run away from that one too.
I feel like I did a terrible job
Again,
picking these
Paranormal
questions.
Activity again is the same. Like you don't know where it's coming from. It could be going all over the place. The next thing you know, you're jumping out and trying to attack me.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
What about you, Mallory?
Nah, I picked The Ring only because I'm like, if I could figure out that I gotta make this tape in time, then like we're good. With Paranormal Activity, there's nothing you can do. They had a priest go in there. They she moved. She was in a whole other house, and she was like, "This happens to me. Like this has just happened to me my whole life." And it's just like you waited to move in with this guy to then like let him know,
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I've been kind of experiencing this shit my whole fucking life."
No.
That's terrible. I feel like wouldn't you be upset? Like if your partner,
Yeah, that
I
might be a
mean,
deal
yeah.
breaker. That might be a deal breaker.
you're just like, it was really nice. It was a lovely date, but okay, goodbye now.
Yeah.
Like just like it's not gonna work out.
Yeah.
All right.
My credit's not great. I have some intimacy issues, and I've been possessed since I was 5. I'll get the check. We're done.
Oh
Yeah,
my
we're done.
god, y'all are funny. I
Yeah, I would
can't.
choose The Ring just because, like, I think of
That
the
shit would
scene.
scare me though. It'd be loud.
Oh,
I'd
no,
be
I would confront that
screaming.
bitch. I would confront that bitch.
You would fight.
Because, like, I think of the scene from Scary Movie
Mm.
where she comes out and then she's like, "Cindy, the TV is leaking." And then, like, she
This
gets
bitch
out.
fucking up my
Yeah, she's
floors.
like, "Cindy, this bitch fucking up my floors." And then she starts, like, popping her and shit. Like,
Oh shit.
so
I
that
haven't
would
seen those in a long
1,000%
time.
be
Oh my
me.
God.
Like, I 1,000% would just start fucking bare knuckle boxing this bitch.
I believe
So,
it. You'll
I
fight.
choose a ring because I feel like that'd be fun, actually. so.
Okay.
I'd be like, bitch. Yeah.
I'm not fighting
All
nothing.
right, I'm gonna stay on your good side.
I'm running.
Moving forward, I'm gonna make sure to stay out of the crosshairs.
Yes,
You-
no.
You seem very ready to fight.
Always.
Okay, good.
Always.
She played hockey.
Yeah.
That explains
I
it
always
right
tell
there.
people, it's like she played hockey. And
It's
she's
so
got
fu-
strong
it's
legs.
Which,
It's
by the way,
unbelievable.
awesome. That she played
Thanks.
hockey. Awesome. Hockey, very underrated.
I know. Yeah, it's a good sport. It's a good one.
I didn't play anything.
Mel said,
No, I tried, but I'm short for basketball and volleyball. But
yeah,
I played.
but
I
you could've
played.
been like an Allen Iverson or some shit. At the WNBA.
Not enough support to like get me to practice enough. Not enough. Sorry.
By
Mm-mm.
support, she means not somebody making her do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
got
Yep,
it.
that's
I
exactly
would
what
have
it
time
is.
traveled back in time. Be like, come on, bitch. You Allen Iverson.
Be like, who is that?
Yeah. Then she would have been beating you up, and
Yeah.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay. Oh. This is all right. I'm having such a fun time. Okay, so I had a couple of questions for
Okay.
you. Okay, so because we work together, I wasn't able to like talk to you about like just regular shit because
Okay.
you were my boss. So now I'm
Right.
curious. So
Okay.
I wanted to give him credit because the reason why I even know about podcasts is because he was the one that put me on to podcasts. How did this get made?
that's right. How did this go? You still listen to that?
Hell
Me too,
yeah.
yeah.
It's been a while, but like that was my shit. And now what Jason Mantzoukas is in Big Mouth,
Yep.
and I'm like, holy crap! And
So
then
is June Diane Raphael, and she's on that show on Netflix with
Frankie and
yeah.
yes, when I saw her, I was like, oh shit!
Yeah.
She's good. She's good on that.
They're
so
great, and that podcast is amazing.
It's
So much
fantastic.
better than yours, Thomas.
Thank you. Well, I mean, yes, it is because they've been doing it for a really long time and
Well,
they're
they
really
are all
talented.
professional comedians. Have been doing it for like 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna take that
Please
L.
don't fight me.
No, that
All right.
I'm gonna take that L with some grace
That was
because
funny
it's
as
a
hell.
really good podcast. But yes, so the reason why I knew about podcasts is because of you, and like that's got me into like listening to a whole bunch of other stuff. And so like I'm just like curious because I never got to talk to you about like the filming because I think we spoke about you doing stand up at one point.
Correct.
And then
Yes.
so how did that go? And like where was the shift to filming? Because I
Oh, stand up went nowhere.
Okay.
Yes, because I did not have the cojones to get up there in front of a group of people and just go.
gotcha.
I couldn't do it.
It's
So
hard,
I
man.
reverted back inside and was like, no, I'm not doing that. But you remember Phil?
Yes, I do.
So
remember
Phil and
that.
I are still very good friends.
Yeah.
So Phil and I always talked about ideas we had for like a cartoon, specifically a cartoon that takes place in a restaurant. We never did anything about it, but we had this idea. So fast forward to 2020, and Phil is starting to make waves in the comic world, as Phil was always a comic writer, so he was starting to get some stuff moving. And he started telling me, like, write something. Just write something. So I did. I wrote 2 small scripts. I sent them to him to read. He liked them. We made one. And then after that, I was just like, this is way too much fun. So I just wanted to keep making stuff, keep writing, keep filming, keep editing, keep directing, keep moving on. And make every project that I do next, like, bigger and harder and more physically taxing.
Of course.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
yeah, to just keep pushing forward and see where it goes, because it makes me really, really happy, and I really, really enjoy it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
I know you do a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but I know you've done, you did like that, like 2 videos so far. No, 3 that I can name off the top of my head. I think one was the announcement of your son. The other one was you're on the phone. It's the 7 days.
The Ring.
Yes, the Ring
yeah,
thing.
So that was like an advertisement for the screening I did in Farmingdale a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Did you, like, you look so comfortable in front of the camera. That's why I'm like, you did so good. I was just like.
So the first thing I wrote, Phil and I were the stars of. And Brian Haley, do you remember Brian Haley?
Yes, I do
Yeah,
remember
Brian
Brian.
Haley's friends with Phil, so he was the other person in there, because I'm not getting anybody to be in anything. I'm literally nobody, you know? So then I acted in my second one, and then I started to try and get other people to be in things, because one, somebody's got to control the camera.
Yeah.
I can't just have a static camera all the time. 2, I mean, I don't think I'm the greatest actor in the world, and to be honest, I'm more focused on the whole picture of what I'm
Gotcha.
trying to do. But I don't mind it. and I've come to, as things have gone on, to enjoy it a little bit more. Like, in my film Renters, I have a cameo in the beginning. I'm in the witch episode of the Scary Monsters shorts.
I've only seen, I think I've seen the vampire, the one where
The vampire one?
the Alcohol's Anonymous thing.
Which, by the way, stolen. Nicolas Cage stole my idea, and they made that movie where he
That's
plays
right.
Dracula. I'm
Oh my
not
God.
really saying they stole my idea.
Nick Cage, Cage Rage.
It is very
Cage
similar.
Rage.
It is very similar, so that's cool that they did that. But no, I don't really. I'm not shooting to try to be in front of the camera, but I don't mind it. I have become more comfortable in Necromance. I am going to be playing a small character who is going to get killed, so I'm going to get to have myself get killed in a movie, which will be fun.
Oh, a fake death, nice.
And then, and that's it. So I don't mind it. I do feel more comfortable as I've gone along, but like what you guys see is always like the best take. Like that Ring one is a minute and 20 seconds long or whatever, how long it is that I'm actually on the screen, and that took me like an hour and a half because I kept messing up. Up my lines.
Yeah.
Even that take has a messed up line in it, but I don't think anybody can really tell.
I didn't even
so
know.
every time I see it, I'm
Fair
like,
enough.
It's the worst when you like, especially when you've edited your stuff, because I go over our episodes like a million times to like just cut and try to figure out like certain things, but you're just like, damn, I missed this. After you like post it, you're like, and I was like, well, I gotta let it go.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, you gonna sit there for...
You have to move on. Yeah, I almost don't like watching a lot of my stuff because I'm just like, I would have done this differently. I don't like this. I don't like that. Why did I do this? I forgot about this.
Now
It's
very
brutal.
easy,
Yeah, it's terrible. But at the same
Very
time,
easy
it's
to do
like,
that.
but what are you gonna do? It's over. You gotta move on.
Yeah, there's a, I think one of our friends, Christina, she was on one of our episodes. She said she's only watched a couple minutes of it and she like couldn't stand it and she just like hasn't watched the full episode because she doesn't feel, I guess, I don't know, she doesn't
Some
feel
people
comfortable on
can't
screen.
stand even just hearing their own voice recorded.
Yeah, I got over that real quick after
you
a couple
better,
of,
you're gonna do
Yeah,
podcasts.
you're
after a
editing.
couple of hours, I was like, all right, I'm not cringing anymore at my own voice. That took a minute though.
It's a good thing you're not, because the rest of us still are. But we'll get used
Oh
to it,
my
too.
God,
No, you
Jesus!
get used to it, though.
He's
you
getting
get
me. This is not anything new, guys.
Gotta make up for lost time.
Yeah.
Absolutely, everybody always does that to me. And it's a voice thing. Oh, I wanted to just talk about something really quick because it just I was thinking about it. Remember when you said, I don't even know if you remember the story. Do you remember when you sent me to the store to pick you up a Monster iced tea?
Yeah.
And I thought I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. I'm sorry for clapping on the mic like that.
That's all right. It happens all the time.
She came back with like the largest iced tea. she
Monster
could buy.
makes iced tea
And I'm
flavor.
like, no, Monster Energy drink iced tea. You
He
think
didn't specify that.
So you thought like a monster, like this
Exactly.
massive ass iced tea.
Bear
That's
in mind,
funny.
I was drinking energy drinks like all the time
In front of
when I
me.
worked
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
restaurants with these guys. Literally that all the time, talking about how good these were because it's like it's iced tea. It's not that bad. Could you grab me a Monster iced tea? Yeah, no problem. Here's 32 gallons of Arizona. Not at all what I wanted. Not at all what I wanted.
It was so
Go
good.
back.
Like, he wasn't even mad, though, because we needed the caffeine. Like,
Yeah.
we definitely needed the caffeine. But the fact that I brought him back this big-ass thing, he wasn't even upset. He just laughed at me and then
That's
showed
funny.
everyone in
Oh,
the
yeah.
restaurant.
I think I went to a couple tables too with them.
This is insane.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but it was so much fun. Oh my God. After the spot got shut down, I never found another job like with that much like family and camaraderie and
Wow.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow.
That was a really good crew that we had there together.
Hell yeah.
Really
it was
good crew. I looked at this. I had like almost like two really good crews because I had one before you,
That's
you,
right,
and you were
yes.
part of crew number 2.
Yes.
And Phil always talks about because he was in both, so he's like, I know
That's
a little
right.
bit of both. He was in the old crew and then he remembers a little bit of the new.
Yeah.
Oh, he said to say hi, by the way.
Oh.
I don't say hi to the camera. 'cause
Yeah.
Hi, Phil.
Hello,
It's been a while.
Phil.
It's been a long while.
Yeah, he's got 2 kids too.
I know.
Whoa.
It's insane. Everybody's growing up.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Not to have kids.
He's
They
like,
were
oh my
getting, we're all getting
God.
older. I mean, they're all getting
Kids suck.
older.
Oh my
I
God.
don't mean my
Kids
kids.
suck. Oh my God. All right, now we're gonna go to the more philosophical part of our thing,
All right, here we go.
which is we're going to our beloved meme section. Woo!
Oh.
All right, here we go. So I picked 2, and they have like beautiful quotes and like insightful like
Okay.
conversation starters. So, and you'll see the theme here. Always go with the choice that scares you the most, because that's the one that's going to help you grow. And the second one is, I am learning every day to allow the space between where I am and where I want to be to inspire me and not terrify me. So, Dom, what do you think? We'll let you go first and let him kind of...
Yeah, you've been very quiet. I'm sorry.
Nah, that's all right. So, there's some times where I'm just vibing, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
Mel knows that sometimes I'm in situations and I'm just vibing. You
Yeah,
know?
she be chilling.
Chilling. I really like. So the first one was. Can you go back?
Always
to it for me?
go with the choice that
Okay.
scares you the most.
So I like that. I like the second one too, of leaving space, because I am very hard on myself. Very hard on myself. So sometimes I'll be impatient and be like, "Well, I don't understand why. I can't get this. Like, I don't get it." And like, I'm very reactive towards, I guess, that gap in time of letting things flourish and letting things just roll. So I think both were very, very meaningful and beautiful. And I think that the first one brings up really good points of like, change is scary, and sometimes taking that leap of faith is quite literally that, taking the leap of faith. So yeah, I thought both were really cool. Definitely resonated. But the second one, I would say, more than the first one. Like, hearing that was a good reminder for me personally of being like, all right, we're giving ourselves anxiety at this point. Like, let's fucking chill. Let's fucking chill.
Right.
So, a lot of my internal dialogue is like that, where I'm like, oh my God, but then this and whatever. And then, like, the other me is like, you know, shut up, God! Just, like, choking myself out, because I'm like, yo, can we fucking relax for 5 seconds? So, no, literally, like, there's one half of me that I feel like is a shaking chihuahua that's just like, oh my God. And then there's another one that's like a Great Dane that's just like vibing. And then, like, you know, sometimes I gotta slap that little chihuahua around and be like, shut up, bitch.
It sounds like that's the Rottweiler that you didn't mention. That's also in there.
Yeah,
You know what's so funny? I thought of that as well.
I have golden retriever energy where I'm just like, tra-la-la.
So you're a canine schizophrenic? Is that what we
basically,
have going on? All right, interesting.
Basically. So, to put it all together, that second quote, yeah, just a good reminder of like, let's be patient, and also like, what's meant to be will be. So let's not try to force things, or also just kind of, I feel like sometimes I really do rush through chapters of my life because I'm always thinking ahead and not for the best sometimes, where I'm like, okay, like, yeah, but this, and then that. And then it's like, all right, well, let's take a step back and actually enjoy what's going on, because sometimes I catch myself reflecting back. And I'm like, oh man, like, that actually was a good chapter of my life where it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Right. And I just kind of rushed through it and not really got to experience the whole thing and enjoy just being in the present. So, yeah.
And sometimes it makes for like a really good story too, like when you've made like an accomplishment and you're like, oh man, I remember when I was doing this, or oh, this hilarious story of like the chaos that was just happening around me while I was just like going after this goal or whatever. It's like ridiculous. Like, how many stories do we have of like in the restaurant, like people going berserk? Let me tell you something. He's got the best customer service like face.
Really?
He's so good. I'm just like, I wish I had that.
That's why I had the comfortability on camera. Maybe
yes,
that's where that
I think that's exactly what it is.
A lot of training.
Yes, yes. Lauren was the same. She says because she worked at Disney. At one point, she was like the more they complain, like the harder and bigger you smile. She's like, just push it.
Like
push it.
Turns into the Grinch like smile because like this lady's being a fucking idiot. Yeah.
She worked in a diner, so she understands the restaurant biz.
It's a grind.
Yo, idiots. One time this guy would ask for so many things on his takeout order and would never tip. So one day I was just like kind of fed up with it, and I said something, and he was right there. And I forgot what it was. He has all these, and then he's impatient and stuff, and I'm like, well, dang, with all these modifications, and what was it that I said? I said something like, with all these modifications, or with all these requests that you're asking for. It's crazy that not even a tip is left. And ever since then, he started tipping. And now, well, back then, when he would see me, he'd be like, "How are you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you fucking bitch." Like,
See, she worked at a diner, and that behavior is totally acceptable at diners.
Yes,
Yeah.
We
a corporate
were-
restaurant, that would not have
Oh
flown.
my
no.
God. Nope.
No.
Nope.
Not at all. No.
Just like, well, it was nice working here.
that's why I hate corporate.
I used to have servers come up and be like, "Can I please say something?" I'm like, "No." No,
I
you
know,
may not.
I know. It's bad. Phil did say something one time,
Yeah, I know.
and he was like, "I'm protecting us. I'm defending us." And Jen's just like, "Don't tell people how long they've been waiting."
Yeah.
Because he was like, "You was only waiting there for like 2 seconds." Like, it was
Yeah.
something like
But
that.
it's true.
Yeah,
It's
I know,
true.
But you're not
You can't do
allowed.
that.
You
Can't do that.
Oh, God.
It was
That's why I'd
insane.
never be a server. They wanted me to be one. I was like, fuck no, because if I'm doing all this shit and then you leave me $2, I'm following you into the parking lot being like, listen, you inconsiderate prick, like
You see what
you
I probably
You
wanna
gonna
put you,
give
I'm gonna put
me-
you in the back. Okay?
yeah, like you giving me $2 and your kid had me remake their fucking grilled cheese 3 times? You out of your mind?
They're definitely in the back.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Expo.
Yeah, you could yell at the cooks like that. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys could all argue together because the cooks can
Cooks
be
are
the meanest and
wild.
nicest people in the world.
All in one.
At the same
it's
time.
Yes. Yes.
It's hot back there. It's hot.
It is.
So, what do you think about the quotes? I know I'm like trying to bring it back.
Can you read the second one again?
I will. I'm learning every day to allow the space between where I am and where I want to be to inspire me and not terrify me.
Got it. Okay. I really like both. The first one particularly, because I'm a firm believer in if you want things to change, like it's generally not going to just happen.
Yeah.
You know, and if you want to do something, if you want to change something about your life, you have to make it happen.
Yeah.
Look at both of us. Look at what we're doing. You guys probably sat around one day having a normal conversation like you always do, and you were like, we should record this.
Yeah.
And you guys said
Yeah.
that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're like,
Yeah.
shit.
Were you
Yeah.
there?
No. But I can imagine, because I've had a similar dialogue in my head and with Phil when we're talking about things where he's like, you should just write this down. And then, that developed into then we should film it. But it didn't just happen.
Yeah.
I have to do it, and I'm still doing it as I do all of these projects. It's just constantly, when I have time, I need to devote myself to whatever step it is that I need to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, I've been stuck on trying to film my pitch video for the crowdfunding application.
Yeah.
So it's really like 30 seconds of footage, but I just have not been able to have the time to sit down and do it. And even when I have had probably some time where I could do it, I didn't. Whether coming home from work or my wife takes one baby's asleep, my wife takes my other son to the store. It's like, okay, I have a half hour, I could do it, but instead of doing that, I like to say I do the dishes or I sweep the floor, but no, I
Nice.
watch like old episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia or something
Nice.
like that. But at the same time, that kind of goes to the space thing where you need to like decompress a little bit from everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're working a job or career, you're following a passion, you have a family, you have all the responsibilities of being an adult, which
Yeah.
stink and all that stuff.
Oh my God, it's horrible.
You need to find a little bit of time to just clear your mind by doing whatever it is that you need to do.
Yeah.
Watching a TV, reading, watching a movie, taking a walk,
Yeah.
whatever it is that can clear your mind and get you back, because otherwise you just burn yourself out and that's not good for anything.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Okay.
What's the end goal like for you?
For
right-
me?
Yeah.
All right. So, do you want the pie in the sky, or do you want the reality?
Do both.
I want to.
Yeah,
do both,
I know.
So, pie in the sky is like maybe one day eventually, like doing this is how I pay the bills.
Mm.
And if that doesn't happen, but I just do this, something that makes me really, really happy for the rest of my life, then
Yeah.
no matter what, I'm winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm very lucky that my wife has been incredibly supportive in letting me have the time to do these things, despite the fact that, it puts a lot more on her. Working the job that I work, I'm like never home. I work 55 hours a week.
It's rough.
Wow.
45 minutes away. I leave for work at 9 in the morning, I don't come home until like 10 at night. So she's got both kids 5 days a week, basically the whole time. Like even a day like today, took a little bargaining to make it happen, but she understands.
Yeah.
She understands that this is something I need to do. I think also she sees that I probably have become a much more tolerable person since I started doing these things. As a creative outlet, it's, you know, and there's a lot worse things I could be trying to do with my spare time.
That's true.
You know, I'm not going out to bars. I'm not hanging
doing
out with
drugs.
my friends. Yeah, I'm not doing drugs.
You know,
for real. I'm not like going on vacations or anything like that. You know, I'm not gambling away all of our money.
Yeah.
Only like $25 every couple weeks on FanDuel.
Listen, that's what you gotta do.
No, I just want to have some time to go and film something and edit the stuff on my own time at night.
Yeah.
I've used her for things. She's always the first person that reads anything I write, so all that good stuff she's involved in. So I'm very lucky in that respect. But yeah, so the end goal is to just keep doing this forever. And then we'll see what happens. I'd like to make money off of it somehow one day. That'd be ideal. That's the hope with Necromance. I think Necromance is a good enough story with talented enough people that all have the same goal, which is to make something really, really good. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody who's working with me is basically volunteers. I don't really have. Not really. I have no money to pay anybody. I've paid for makeup and stuff like that, but I can't pay actors and stuff like that. So I'm trying. I work with people who are basically like me, and are trying to make a name for themselves in it, and so they're there because they want to give a great performance at something that somebody's going to notice. And I'm trying to make a film that somebody's going to notice.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, that's pretty good. You did that for what? Like nothing? Okay. Well, what else do you have in mind? And then we go from there.
That's so awesome. I love to hear all the things. It's so good. I love hearing like creators like just do the thing, you know, because sometimes, or a lot of the time, society and bills and obligation all keep us from creating, and it's just like you become like a miserable person a little bit, and you're just like, damn, I just need to make something. I just need to do something. And then it makes like doing the 9 to 5 or the 55-hour weeks like even more worth it.
Yes.
You know, and to have a supportive partner, like I feel the exact same way about my husband. He's the one that helped me with all the tech stuff. He was the one that taught me how to do all this. Like for setup, if I have a problem with one of the mics, like he's the first one to be like, all right, come here, let me, whatever, you know, and it's wonderful. He's listening to, he's eventually going to start doing like more audio stuff, but he was like, I should be the first one to listen to the episodes because I need to hear what's going on and where you need to tweak and stuff like that. And so I think that's awesome that you also like have your wife, you know, read your
if I
scripts
write
and stuff.
something, when she wakes up, because usually I'm writing at night when everybody's asleep, and then when she wakes up, she'll like come downstairs and say, did you read it? She's like, I just got up.
Oh.
Sorry. I'll make a coffee. Can you just read it? Let me know what you think. Just give me a chance, like right now.
I love it.
But I'll let her read it in her own time. I always say, at your leisure. I don't want you to force yourself to get through it. I want you to read it and take it in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But is she open to like acting and stuff? Because I don't remember the name of it. I think she was in one of your things. I thought it was funny. I forgot the name of it, but where your neighbor comes outside, you're talking to him, and he's like, I heard something at like 2 in the
Yeah, so that's the Dexter parody.
Yeah, so like I saw like in the credits.
Her deal is she does not want her face on camera.
Okay.
At least not yet.
Okay.
I'm working on it. We'll see.
Okay.
But so she was in that. She did a voiceover in Door Death. At the end of Door Death, she is the voice of like the news broadcaster.
Oh, okay.
She did the voice also in the only thing I've ever filmed that I never released because I never really got to finish it, which is called Insured. It's basically a short about a guy who's like living in Metropolis.
Okay.
And Superman fights Zod, like in the first Superman movie, the Zack Snyder version. And so it's this guy who basically has a comic book store that got destroyed. So he calls his insurance agency to place a claim, and they basically give him the runaround that they're not going to give him any money because it was damage done by an individual. So it maxes out at a certain amount of dollars, and he gets into an argument with them about, these are gods, not an act of God, these are our gods. So I did film it all, but I need to reshoot it. And so I never released it, but she did the like audio recording when the guy calls the insurance
Wow,
company.
That's
something like
cool.
that.
That's
And it was
cool.
really, really good. So I would like to reshoot that at some point again. We'll see.
Cool.
Again, we'll see if I have the time. Maybe on my vacation I might try to see if I could get enough people together to do it quick.
Yeah.
And if I do that, I'll probably have to play a character.
Okay,
I
get
don't
in
know
front of
if I
that
have time.
camera.
No,
I don't
your,
mind.
your
I don't
acting
mind
is
it.
good. Your acting is good. I would say.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank you.
I thought like in Lloyd, I was like, oh shit, that was pretty good. It threw me off though because I was like watching it and I saw Jack Nicholson. I was like, this fucking guy knows Jack. I was like,
Right.
nah, never mind. Because like it like caught me off because I saw like the scene with The
This guy knows
Shining.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, I was like, what? Because like I was on my walk while watching and listening, and then I had to start actually paying attention on my walk. It's like I was walking, watching, and the next thing I know, I see my peripheral car. I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
I forgot
that's not a
the
good idea,
active
yeah.
driveway. But like I was watching whatever, and I heard Jack Nicholson's voice. I was like, no fucking way! And like I looked, I was like, okay, it's from The Shining. I was like, that's crazy. But yeah,
That
no,
one was-
your acting was good. You're like,
Thank you.
listen, buddy, my name's not Lloyd, it's Rob.
Yeah.
I was like, that's funny.
That one was a lot of fun. That was a lot
It
of
was
fun.
good.
That one when did I come up with that one? I came up with that one just watching different scenes from
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
Shining
Yeah.
on. That's like my favorite movie.
It's a good
like,
one.
It's really
Really?
in my
Good film.
top 5 with like Lebowski. It's my favorite Kubrick movie. Just barely edges out Clockwork Orange, but
I watched that movie once.
Clockwork Orange.
Oh my god, that shit was intense,
I've
man.
watched that like 20 times.
That shit is intense, and the language fucks with me.
Oh, because they speak that weird British future language. That,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Continue with what you were
All
saying.
right.
I'm sorry. I'm just like, damn. I have flashbacks because I saw that when I was like a teenager, and I was just like, maybe I should have watched this as a teenager. Maybe I should have watched it as an adult. But
Well, I watched The Shining when I was 11.
Yeah, I was gonna
that's
say.
you know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I
Maybe
think
that's
I'm-
what happened.
I think
Maybe
I'm
that's
just-
why I am how I am now.
Fair enough.
So I was watching those clips,
Uh-huh.
and I was watching that scene, which is a great scene,
Yeah.
and I started thinking about, you guys know who Kevin James is? From King of Queens?
Oh yes,
Grown
yeah,
Ups?
yeah,
Yes.
Grown ups, yeah.
So, during COVID, he started doing these little shorts, which is also kind of an influence, and one of the reasons why I wanted to do some of these things was his were really, really good, and they're really short. Nobody else in them, pretty much, him and a couple other people. But he has these ones where he plays like a sound guy in all these different movies, and he just like cuts himself into the movie. So like,
That's
there's
great.
one with Will Smith from I Am Legend.
Uh-huh.
You know this scene when he comes driving up and like the cardboard cutout from the video store is in the street, and he goes out and starts yelling at him.
Yeah.
So instead of the cardboard cutout, it's Kevin James who's out there like,
Oh my
I'm getting
God.
sound from Grand Central Station, and they start yelling back and forth. Will Smith starts shooting his gun. He takes his gun out and starts shooting at him.
Oh, I love.
I
that.
have to
And
see
That's
this.
awesome.
And there's a bunch of them. There's There Will Be Blood, Rocky. He does a bunch of them. They're great.
Oh my god.
So I was like, oh, this would be perfect for The Shining if you had
Yeah.
a bartender who was just like playing it straight. Like it was
Yeah.
in a regular bar and this guy just comes in saying these weird things. And then I did it. I did
was
buy a
good.
green screen to do it, which
was
I have
good.
to use again for something because that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
So, why scary movies? What is it about scary movies? Because it's like all your parodies have something. Like I saw the DoorDash one with Lou.
DoorDash, yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It was like I was like, holy shit!
Which
when
I don't
saw
know, if
him.
you go to my YouTube channel, Kiss It Goodbye Productions, a fan essentially made me a DoorDash logo, but changed it to DoorDath with my blood coming down the D, so I changed the tile for that.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. I couldn't
That's
realize like
cool.
the first piece
That's
of
so
fan art or anything like
great.
that. But yeah, it was really, really good. So the scary movies I love all movies.
Yeah.
And so I really I got probably the biggest influence on what I'm doing now has been Edgar Wright and the Cornetto trilogy. So Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz. Have you guys ever seen these movies?
I've seen both of those. There's another one?
And then there's The World's End, which is the third one.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
So those movies to me, it's like it's a comedy movie, but they put the horror in it like so perfectly blended together. That's what I'm trying to do. But I also have other ideas and other scripts that I've written that aren't strictly horror. But horror's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun to make. It's a
Yeah.
lot of fun to do. You can kind of, really go a little crazy. And, it's fun trying to make things just scary.
Yeah.
I still have a way to go before I really am doing anything really scary or anything like that. Because, again, right now it's more horror comedy.
Yeah.
But, when I was a kid, 7, 8, 9, 10, horror movies are what, I was raised on, essentially. Not by my
Yes.
parents, guys, so don't blame them. But my cousin, my aunt, like I would watch these horror movies with them all the time. All the Halloweens, Jasons, Freddy's, all that stuff. And then like I didn't watch horror for like a really long time. I didn't watch horror for probably like 10 or 15 years because, I mean, in the early 2000s, it was like if it wasn't Saw, Hostel, torture
that's a good
pornish
point.
horror,
That's a good point.
then it was like remakes. There were still some good ones that came out, don't get me wrong, but you know, I wasn't as super into it. And then Shaun of the Dead I saw, and then that just got me right back.
Oh my
right
god,
back
it's
into
such a
it.
classic. I love Shaun
It's
of the
amazing.
Dead.
It's my favorite. I went as Shaun to a Halloween party, or halfway to a Halloween party in April.
It's fantastic.
That's cool.
Oh my god.
I gotta check those.
You
Oh
do.
man, you would love those.
Because
They're
I love
hilarious.
like horror films are. I love them. My cousin and I really are like horror enthusiasts, and I would say pretty much my whole family. Like my dad really likes horror. My dad likes a lot of films, like sci-fi stuff. But you know, my pretty much all of my family are. We're all very much like, yeah, like let's watch a scary movie. And like my mom, who even though she, you know, she'll like shit her pants, but she's still no. My mom, be like, oh, and she goes like this. We're like, just watch the movie. But like, no, I love horror films, so I gotta check it out.
Yeah, too.
Gotcha.
Please.
Yes. No, I totally understood the break of horror movies for like that because I'm trying to think. I think I'm like there wasn't really anything good and like
thrillers.
surprising in like the horror like genre for a long time, and now I'm starting to
Yeah.
realize that's probably the reason why I stopped watching, because then the Insidious franchise came out,
Yeah.
and then I was like, yes. Something. I'm like, this is a better idea. It's
Yeah,
scary.
yeah.
I'm scared. We're all scared. It's great. And then it was so it was Insidious, and then it was the other one with the same actor. It was like the witch haunting with the house and the
Conjuring.
Thank
There
you.
you go, yeah.
Conjuring.
Ooh, yeah.
When those came out, I was like,
They were good.
hell yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. We've brought like horror back. We're
Yeah.
making me jump. We're making me like scared. And I love a good like a good backstory on like
Yeah.
why the you know, the ghost or the spirit or the deep whatever
Yeah.
is like doing its thing. I think that's why I like Freddy Krueger the best, because I think his origin story is so fucked up.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you even fucking think about this?
Yeah.
It's time for problems. There's got to be a little bit of problems inside to come up with these ideas. Believe me, I'm speaking from experience.
All right, who's your favorite? Who's your favorite, I guess, monster movie character or scary movie character?
Scary movie character, it's going to be probably Jack Torrance from The Shining. Yeah,
Yeah?
of course.
All right.
Okay.
Without question. He's so equal parts frightening and hilarious that I can't. In the same moments, in the same scenes, he can have me laughing to then being uncomfortable and
Yeah.
then being scared like that. And that's all
That's
Nicholson.
Yeah.
Nicholson just being unbelievable as an
I'm
actor.
gonna have to revisit this because I just remember being completely creeped out. Because you know, Jack Nicholson can make those facial expressions and the
Exactly.
way he
Yeah.
kind of like dazes off and like stares, and I'm just like, that shit is scary.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That shit is scary as hell.
Now, my favorite, if we're going to go with like the slasher,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's got to be Michael Myers.
Yes, son.
Really?
Please elaborate why.
Well, because, you know, I don't know, it's hard to really decide why. I mean, it's very similar to Jason.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know. Just something about the fact that Michael Myers is just this deranged individual. And I know he ends up, I mean, he's a slasher, so at the end of the first one, he does die, and then he comes back.
Yeah,
Later.
yeah.
But, like, Jason's always been dead. Jason died when
Yeah.
he was, a kid at camp.
Yeah.
8 years old or whatever it was. So when he
And then
came back,
came as
we're
a
already
grown
talking,
man.
we're already ghosts
Yeah,
and
he's already dead,
all that kind
yeah.
of stuff. Whereas in the first Halloween, essentially, Michael Myers is just a deranged mental patient who's coming back and trying to kill his sister. Like,
Yeah.
to me, that's the stuff that scares me more.
Yeah.
Is more the realistic kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
have you ever seen or heard of Wolf Creek?
I've heard. That sounds
It
familiar.
sounds-
I probably
familiar.
told you about this back in the day.
It might have, yeah.
So Wolf Creek is essentially it is kind of a torture pornish. Maybe not even that bad, because it's not that bad as far as the gore and stuff. It is more. So it's basically these kids in the Australian outback. Car breaks down. This guy comes by, seems really nice, picks them up, takes them back to the house, and then he starts terrorizing them.
Maybe I have seen
Is
that.
this the one where he gives them something in the water? Or is that a different Australian one? No, because I seen one where like they was kids, they was like in the outback, and he's like, "You guys want water?" And they're sitting around the camp, and then this is the movie.
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was
Like there's one I put this on because I just did on my Instagram. I did like this 30-day film challenge. So it gives you a suggestion of an idea of a film, and then you put it up there for that day.
Yeah.
So for one that scared me, I picked that, and it's this particular scene where this girl gets away, and she's in the street, and there's a car coming, and the guy pulls over, and it's like, what happened? He puts her in the back of the car. He goes out of the car to get a blanket. So he comes out and he puts his coffee mug on the top of the car. He goes down to get a blanket. You hear like a little sound, and he comes up and you see a hole in the coffee mug and coffee spilling out, and he looks around and then boom, gets shot in the head because the guy's with a sniper rifle all the way across the outback and takes him out.
Damn.
And then the girl looks up and she realizes that she is still screwed.
I think I have seen that movie because it sounds very familiar.
It's great, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's... Spoiler alert, I'm going to just throw that out here. Did you see The Visit?
The Visit.
With the two kids, they go to their grandparents'
No.
house? Oh,
No, I did not.
go see it. It's good.
Well, it's not in the theaters anymore.
Well,
But
I mean,
will-
go rent. Oh, go rent
watch
it.
it.
Oh
Go
my
home,
god.
Go home and watch it.
Go to
Watch it.
Blockbuster.
Oh my god.
Get the physical
Did I just
DVD.
age myself?
Blockbuster, are you kidding me? I'm going to Hollywood Video. Give me a Blockbuster.
Oh my god. Listen, I just aged myself really bad, guys.
Yeah, you did. I don't even do that anymore.
I know. That's so bad.
No, you can pull it off. Say Redbox.
Redbox, I think they still exist.
They do.
That's what I'm saying. You know,
I used to go to those things all the time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, find it on the streaming service that
Okay.
is
Right.
that is on The Visit. Yeah, it's really good. It's realistic. It's fantastic.
Okay.
I enjoyed it a lot. I'm like, who the hell was I talking to about it? I don't remember. Brian Harris. I used to have him give me suggestions.
Oh, yeah.
On like scary movies as well.
He's got a kid now, too.
I know.
Damn,
Everybody-
just fucking
everybody's
popping
got
out
kids.
Everybody's married and has a kid. It's wild. Candace has got two to get
Yeah,
married.
how is Candace doing?
Candace is doing fantastic. She's doing absolutely fantastic. I'll
I've
tell
done
you.
I've done a few other things with Lou's brother,
Yes.
Johnny.
Oh my God, the one with the I'm so terrible at the names of your videos, but when he's the robber and he's got the
Locked.
whole
That was
thing of the
good.
pantyhose on
Locked,
his
yeah.
head,
Yo, that shit
I
was
was
funny.
cracking up immediately.
Yeah, Locked was a lot of. That's the only one I didn't write. That's the only thing I made that I didn't write. Megan Meehan wrote that. She's a very talented writer.
Yeah.
She did a really good job. And then we shot that at my friend Anthony's house.
Gotcha.
But that was a lot of fun to do. That was a lot
That was
of
a
fun
good one.
because that was like, I don't know. It was interesting to not have been the writer on it and
Yeah.
then direct it because I didn't have already. This is the biggest problem is I already have like ideas in my head that I'm not moving away from because I thought this 8 months ago when I started writing it.
Yeah.
And this is still what I see, and I'm not
Yeah.
changing it as opposed to now just going at a completed written project and then just building up what I see in my head from there.
Yeah. So then you're just like collaborating and trying to bring her vision more to life.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So like we talked back and forth about what we were looking for, and then I gave her my ideas of how I wanted to do these scenes. Like, in particular, in that film, the scene when he's got the gun to her head in the kitchen, and then he goes and takes her into the living room. I wanted to separate from them and have them and me take a different route, and then we meet them in the living room. But then again, when I get there, I wanted to circle around him as he realizes and looks around the room that it's got all these creepy ass paintings up, and then he realizes like this is very strange. This house, you know what I mean? Which it came out. We executed it well, and it came out looking really good, really good.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so cool. I'm just so happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm just so
Yeah, it's
excited.
cool.
No, I just love hearing people like create and doing what they're passionate about because that's what we doing here, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
I mean,
doing
guys,
here.
this is incredible. This is what episode number is this now?
This would be 15.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
It simultaneously feels like we've done so many, but done so little. Like thinking about it, it's like, all right, well, let's go, let's start filming. But then at the same time, too, like, it also feels like we haven't been doing this for so long.
Oh, I still get the jitters. Like right before, like it's just like, and I love it. It's like like that anxiety before you get on stage, because we used to be in a band together. So
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you were doing that. I remember I asked you, let me get some of your music.
I know, but like it was a lot of stuff going on, and I was pregnant at the time.
No, it's no problem. It's no
Yeah.
problem. When I ask people a lot of that times, it's not even for something right then and there. It's more just to open up make that connection on like I'm making these things. You have something that you might be able to collaborate on that can be beneficial to you and me.
Yeah.
So I don't leave any stone unturned.
Yeah. Thank you for your consideration.
No problem. Thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah.
I'm like thrilled because like I have a list of people that I want on the show, and you were right in there.
Oh well, thank you.
And I was like, so when you hit me up, I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, look what I did! I manifested it.
I manifested.
Yes. Okay, so we are going to do our last segment, which is our "Am I the Asshole"
But
segment.
you didn't say who your favorite. Oh no, you said Freddy Krueger.
Yeah,
You said Freddy
because
Krueger,
it's a fucked up origin story, but also
Yeah.
he's in your dreams, man.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
And like when I was little, I always had nightmares. So like, you want to fuck with me? It's like it's not the physical, even though that's also terrifying. But it's like mental.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's the scariest thing about Freddy is you can't get away.
Right?
And you never
That's
know when
why-
you fall
That's
asleep.
why
You
if
don't
you
sleep.
ever did any of those original questions, would you rather, and you Freddy Krueger's anyone, the answer is the other one.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, I'm gonna have to sleep at some point.
Yes.
Exactly.
And then it's over for me.
Yeah, you can't just not sleep.
I know. And then like, how many times has like a character fallen asleep while they were driving, or like they had no idea that they were sleeping, and then the next thing you know, it was like.
Have you ever seen Wes Craven's New Nightmare? So that was the Freddy. They came out in like the mid '90s.
That sounds familiar, but I didn't.
All right, so I saw that with my aunt in the theaters again.
Nice.
But there's a scene in that where the main character is the actress who was in the first. I mean, her name is escaping me, but who was in the first Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
I'm doing what you do now.
I know. I'm watching it.
But I did it very gently.
No, but here's the thing. That it proves a point. Like when you're about to say something, you're like, let me tell you some
That's
shit.
right. Yeah.
You know, like it emphasizes.
Listen. All right. So she's playing her. She's playing herself. She's playing herself in it. And her husband is driving back, and he's driving and he falls asleep, but you don't know it at the time, obviously, because he's driving. And you see Freddy's finger come up, and it like taps him in the balls, so it like scratches his nuts,
Oh my
and then
God.
it comes up and grabs him, and
Oh
then he
my
crashes and dies. But yeah, so, in that's just what you're saying.
Yeah. That's
behind
terrifying.
the
That's
wheel.
terrifying,
Yeah.
guys. Isn't that terrifying?
If you should go rewatch that.
I'm going to have
That's a
to.
really good
I
one.
have so many things. So I'm like, when can I watch TV again? Like,
Yeah, I know.
you know,
Never.
me and my husband were just talking about it like today. It's like, when was the last time we watched something? And it's been a while. Like, we usually watch anime, or like we were watching Wednesday at one point, and then like we stopped. It's like I miss TV.
Yeah, I mean, I essentially only watch stuff I've already seen because I know I'm gonna have to be half paying attention,
Yep.
or I'm gonna get interrupted by having to like feed the baby, or
Yep.
my other son needs something every 5 seconds. So like, what's the point in starting something new?
Yeah.
I
So
know
I'll
you
just-
can't commit.
I'll just rewatch It's Always in Sunny in Philadelphia for the 57th time, or
Nice.
Breaking Bad, or something like that. Because
Nice.
even a movie, it's like, oh my god, I gotta pause it and come back. Like a TV show, I feel a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm only gonna get through a half hour, and then that story is complete.
That's true.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's fair. Like, the thing is, we can't watch anime because we watch it with the subtitles. We don't do English dubbed. So, like, we'd have to be, like, paying
Wow.
attention
Oh, so that's
100%.
impossible,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's just like, it don't happen.
Yeah.
It don't happen. Not yet. It will.
When
I
used-
will.
When my wife and I used to watch Narcos, I told her, like, we can't watch this during dinner anymore. She's like, why? I'm like, because I can't eat and read and watch that all at the same time. It's just not, it's not conducive to an enjoying watching experience.
Mm-hmm.
Or eating. I'm not happy with anything right now.
Fair
That's
enough.
fair. That's fair. All right. So, we are going to take it to our last segment, which is the Am I the Asshole segment. Dun, dun, dun. I make my own sounds because we don't have a lot of sounds available to us.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. Reddit is the place to be. All right. I'm going to go for this one. Okay. Am I the asshole
Yes.
for taking my fiance's dinner after he touched mine?
No, I changed my answer.
Here we go. I'll be quick. My female 26 fiance, male 32, is blind. We don't disagree a lot, except he always gets bothered whenever I eat different food from what he's eating when we go out. Like if we're having dinner out and I order something else, he'd instantly get upset and accuse me of treating him as less than when I just have different taste in food. I just eat what he eats to keep the peace. I eat out alone as an alternative. But since he clearly doesn't trust me, he'd randomly touch my plate to see if I'm having the same dish. This caused huge arguments between us, and I told him to stop doing it, and he said he would. We went out to eat nights ago, and I ordered the same dish he ordered. When the food arrived, he looked somewhat uncomfortable. I asked what was wrong, and he refused to say. And before I could even grab the fork, he extended his arm, and his hand touched the food on my plate. He moved quickly and started excusing what he did, saying, "Just wanted to make sure." But I lost it on him. I felt so grossed out, and there was no way I could eat the food after he touched it. He tried to get me to drop it, saying I shouldn't be grossed out by his hand and that I overreacted. But I grabbed his plate, and I told him that I was taking it as my dinner. He at first asked me to be rational and give the plate back, but I refused. An argument ensued, and we had a fight. He then ended up leaving and started spam texting me, accusing me of being bitter, pathetic, and childish, and robbing his dinner. He went to stay with his friend who picked him up, and his friend sided with him, saying I was wrong. Even went as far to say that I was abusing my fiancé and financially controlling him, when I pointed out that I was the one who paid for the food. The problem is magnified now with him wanting an apology and me refusing to give him one. My parents think I should have more patience and that this is just typical love spats between us, but I'm not sure. Was I the asshole with how I handled this? And edit, I want to point out that this is not the case when we ate at home. He has no issue with me eating different food, but in public, it's a different story.
Ask again, like, is she the asshole? Whatever that ending thing was.
Am I the asshole for
No!
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like,
First of fucking all. Yeah, see, I'm like hovering to make sure. How fucking dare you touch my fucking steak with your grimy ass fucking fingers? Like, I'm very big on hygiene.
I can
This
tell.
we know.
It's a big thing.
It always comes up. But like, if I want to make the active decision of touching a doorknob and then touching my food, whatever, that's my own active decision. Like, and also too, I know where my hands have been. You, on the other hand, like, that, first of all, that's nasty. That you're touching my food. Like, I don't know, that's just weird to me. Like, I get, because he's blind, you said, right?
yes.
Okay, so, if that's what you gotta do to your steak, then do it to your steak. Like, don't fucking touch my steak. And, like, now my broccoli's all fucked up. You're just like, don't my asparagus is all over the place because, like, you're running your grimy little hands.
You get broccoli and asparagus? You don't get a starch?
I don't know. That's the first thing I thought of. No, typically, like, my go-to is steak, broccoli, and mashed potatoes, like, as a dish. I feel like it's complete in every way, you know. But, no, you're not the asshole because, one, that's nasty as hell. Two, I don't know, I guess that's something for him, but I really don't see how, like, you getting, I don't know, a rib dish and then me getting, like, penne alla vodka, I don't really see how one is lesser than the other.
That's what I find to be the most bizarre.
Isn't that weird? We have to have the same thing. I don't want people to look down on me. Like, no! I think people are gonna, you know, if people are gonna look down on you, it's because people are fucked up and they'll probably say something about you being blind. Not the fact that you're having short ribs and your wife is having fucking, you know, spaghetti and meatballs. Like, I don't really think, you know what I'm saying?
Nobody makes comments about the difference in two people's
That's
food
what I'm
orders
saying,
anyway.
yeah,
It's not like I
like-
go out to dinner, I'm like, look, he got a burger
Right?
and he got a chicken sandwich.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not
Like,
gonna last.
you're not gonna be like sitting.
Nobody does
You're not
that.
gonna sit in a restaurant and be like, yo, he's fucking whipped. Look, he got a fucking chicken sandwich and she's eating, I don't know, she's having chicken pot pie. Like, no.
If anything, more people would be like, these people got the exact same thing again?
Yeah, like, that's
Yeah,
fucking weird.
yeah.
That's
Now they're
weird.
gonna look down on you
Yeah.
because you're like same side seaters in a
That-
pizza.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that shit. I'm actually, quick side story. Our Sunday tradition is that, like, we get Starbucks and we film, as how it's been, like, pretty much this past month.
Mm-hmm.
And last week, I went to Starbucks without Mel just to, like, try and, like, you know, same time and stuff, whatever. And I go in Starbucks, and you guys know how Starbucks are set up.
Yeah.
Was I on the phone with you? Or maybe... No,
No,
I was on
you
the phone
weren't.
with Oshia. Okay.
Because I would have heard the story.
Yeah, one of my other best friends I was on the phone with, and Starbucks, it's obviously a fucking cafe. So there's a whole bunch of tables and whatever. And there had to be maybe, I don't know, like 6 tables, like 15 chairs. Like, you know, you don't got to be right on top of each other. And I go in, and I had to keep my composure because I'm very much like, if I see something, my face is going to say something.
Mm-hmm.
So I walk in, and this couple is together, but like together. Like she's sitting on his fucking lap in a Starbucks with 15 other fucking chairs all around, and I had to keep it together because I was judging. If they would have asked me, I would have been like, yeah, you guys are fucking weird. Like, she has to sit on your lap. Like, are you
Get
a high
a
chair?
room.
Yeah, like, what? I'm like, this ain't Holiday Inn. Fucking sit next to him. Like, what are you doing? So, yeah, so you said same, like...
Same size seaters.
I've
Yeah,
seen
same size seaters.
that at the diner, too, and I just, like, the inner, like, bully in me. Because I bully people that I love and care about as, you know, like playful banter, you know?
I wouldn't call it bullying.
But, yeah, no, so, I call it bullying.
I mess with.
But...
Give shit.
Yeah, like my inner wanting to just like be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Just kicks in. Oh God, yeah. So when you said that same side seating thing, I was like beside myself. I literally was perplexed at the fact that this girl is sitting in his lap in a Starbucks as they're dying behind the counter because it's like a Sunday rush, but there's nobody inside. Literally sitting on his lap, they're like he like, listen, I love. I think that's great. But maybe love a little less. Maybe love a little less, or love from another seat. Like, damn. Oh my God. That shit just had me so tight. And I literally
I see it
told my
still does.
friend, yeah, because I was like, fuck y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Like, why are you literally in his fucking balls? Like, what are you doing, bro? No, that shit. And she's like touching his face, and I was like, is this real fucking life? I was like, oh my God.
It's real life. Like, side note to your side note. This one time when I was working at our restaurant, it was like, okay, so the way the bar was set up, it's just like, so it's a full wraparound bar, and the sinks were on this side.
Yeah.
So, like, I had a couple that was sitting right by the sinks.
Okay.
And they would not stop making out with each other. She was like sitting on his lap, she was whatever, and like because it's like you gotta like wash the cups and stuff, and you'd be like right there. I avoided going to that side, so you just saw like the glasses like stacking because I was like, I'm not going over there. And then within like that same shift, another couple was there. They shared a salad.
How big was
It was so fucking stupid. Why would you share a salad? And then it was
that hungry?
It was so dumb. And then like I watched it was like an older couple. No offense. It was like an older couple, and I saw this man's tongue go into this woman's mouth. And I'm just like, and I don't remember who was managing that day, but I was suffering, and
I don't remember this.
I'm like, y'all see, I do know that you were there for the guy.
Oh, yeah, that's where I thought you were going. You know, I saw him at the other place I worked at after that,
You're kidding.
doing the exact same thing.
That's wild.
There was this guy,
the emphasis.
he would, I don't know if I should be the one to say this because I still work in the industry, but he would go to the bar and he would turn his chair
Okay.
away from the bar, facing the dining room, and he would sit there with very tight jeans on,
Very tight.
spread his legs.
He's man spreading. Got it.
Yes, and I still firmly believe that there was a foreign object involved. But he would sit there and try and flash his ginormous peen.
Yeah. Like, it's in the jeans. He wouldn't take it out,
Oh, it
but
was
it's
gross.
right there. Just, like, on his thigh. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I went in. So I'm running in the back. You know how I always was. I'm running in the back. I'm like, yo, TJ.
Telling everyone.
You gotta see-
not yo TJ, yo everyone.
I know. Literally everybody. I was like, you gotta see this shit. He out there with his big ass thing in there. I'm like, and then he walked out. He's got such a good poker face. He walked out, walked right back on the other side, and he was just like, phallus. Fallacy. It is fake.
But I didn't say phallus. False.
I thought you said a phallus.
Of maybe a false phallus?
I think that's what you said, something like that. But It was very, very funny. It was very, very funny. And then at one point he was just like, the girls at Hooters love me.
That's when I told him, so this is a family restaurant. Could you sit like a normal human being?
Yeah.
The little girls at Hooters love it. I guarantee you they don't, sir. I guarantee you they do not. But please just turn around.
It was
He was
terrible.
doing this in like a Ruby Tuesdays, right? That's what it was?
In Ruby Tuesday in Farmingdale.
You see,
Yeah.
this is what I don't fucking get about people. This is what I don't get. Like, this should be getting me hyped. I don't understand. Like, these people be doing that shit in a family establishment. I'm like, sir, you're at a Denny's. Like, let's calm down a little bit. Like,
no, I think it's part of it's part of the allure. You know, they're not supposed to.
Yeah, but
you know?
I don't get what.
I mean, it's terrible. It's fucking horrible.
But it
like,
doesn't compute to me that these people be doing shit in family, like in corporate buildings that are family establishments. Like the Starbucks thing, that's cringy. Why the fuck you acting like this 50 Shades of Grey? That guy. Like, why the fuck? Why are you trying to, like, you know, do your mating dance in a Ruby Tuesdays?
Some people are lunatics. That's why.
We had a lot of people at our restaurant. It was wild. A lot of people who were having affairs. Like, you ended up finding out.
Oh, that I could
Candace
see.
got the tea on all that. Candace got the tea on all that because she was just like her, and I think Catherine. She also when she worked, because she worked at the other spot too. Yeah, so like it's just like you wouldn't believe the secrets.
Yeah.
The secrets that you hear, especially as a bartender. Oh my God, you meet everybody, everyone. You know about their mama, their wives, their girlfriend that they got on the side. You know everything.
Yeah.
It's insane. We've experienced quite a bit of things.
Didn't you have a working girl as a customer once?
I did have a working girl as a customer once, and she told me she was a working
And
girl.
Melanie again told everyone.
Yeah, because I was just, because of the way that she did it. It was so weird. She's like, oh, he caught on so fast because I was like, yeah, she told me that she's in town from this, but she like lived in Vegas, but she also like came from California, something like that. And he immediately was like, I think she's a working girl.
Suspect.
Yeah. And I'm like, what do you mean? And then I went back out there, and then she was like, yeah. And then she was like, I'm a hooker. And I was like, great. Like, that's awesome. What you doing out here? Like I don't know. And so, she said her man, like, person, like, flew her up to New York to do, you know, a job, whatever. And I was just like, what an interesting way to just, you know.
Yeah.
Then
she was at the bar with Melanie for like an hour and a half.
I was just
that's
talking to her,
amazing.
asking her questions. I'm
That's funny.
I can't help it because it was just like she was so sweet and so nice and like, and she was bored because like, I don't know if the gentleman was married or he had work during the day, but during the day, like, she was just like left on her own to do whatever she wanted. So she was hanging out
Left on her own.
Yeah, she was just left on her own. And so she was hanging out with me at the bar until I guess he got out of work or whatever he was doing. And then, you know, and then she left. So like, she was very nice, but it was just like the way she was like, I'm a hooker. I
would have lost it. I'm not laughing at you, but the way you went about this is the funniest shit.
Like, I was just like, wow, okay. Like, I don't know how to, like, it just, like, I think that was the first time I ever, like, spoke to a sex worker about, like, sex work.
Yeah.
So I was just intrigued. And I was just like, okay, bitch, she's getting money. You know, I'm like, all right, whatever. But the way that she just, like, announced it to me was just very, I don't know if that's how everybody else does it.
You should have played dumb and, like,
out.
played on the fact. And, like, she's like, I'm a hooker. You should be like, but like fish or like, you know, what you be hooking?
Oh my God.
Oh man, that would have been great.
Holy shit. But yeah, no, we had plenty of stories at that thing. But anyways,
Yeah.
this woman, back to this.
Oh yeah, back to her
this
fucking husband or boyfriend, whoever
fiance. So she's not married to this man.
good,
yet.
don't.
Do it.
Don't. What
Don't
the
marry
fuck?
this man.
That's weird, controlling.
It is. Like, here's the thing.
Oh, we're back to the blind
Yes,
thing.
yes.
I was thinking you were talking about the other
hooker?
bar guests who were making out at the bar.
Oh,
I'm sorry. This is.
No, that's fine.
this is how it goes.
That's fine. That's all. That's hilarious.
Oh my God. Yeah. No.
No, that's fucking weird.
Sorry, you fucked me up.
I was like, when was that a discussion? I thought the new people just showed up and they were sharing a salad. And now she's talking about not getting married to who?
I got nothing
That's
against
weird.
anybody with a disability. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I just feel like, what the fuck, man? Let her eat whatever she wants to eat. And why would you just stick your hands in a thing, you know?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
terrible.
no,
Don't you think that's unreasonable?
Well, yeah, I still can't get around the fact that they're required to have the same meal.
That
That
doesn't make
from the
sense.
beginning is already like over.
That's a red flag.
Like, get lost. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm getting what I want to eat.
Like that's really weird and controlling. I feel like that's a red flag. Like if I was out with my fiance and they were like, you're not getting that. We're both getting chicken sandwiches. I'd be like, no, I'm fucking getting chicken pot pie. So get over it.
Could you
That's so
imagine? But like the
weird.
best part
Get a
about
get a
me.
chicken sandwich. It's better than chicken.
No, I love chicken pot pie. That's my shit.
I'm just better than
Who
chicken.
sells
Amazing.
chicken pot pies at
What?
a restaurant?
You said what?
I said, who sells chicken pot pies at a restaurant? You keep saying chicken pot pies.
Because I love chicken pot pies. The diner,
Zorn's.
the diner
Really?
that I worked at.
Zorn's got chicken pot pie.
Really? Oh,
I hope
didn't-
so now that I said it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit. But yeah, I'm just saying, it's terrible. I don't like it. And the best part about being on a date or like being in a couple is you get something different, so I could taste what you got and you can taste what I got.
Sharing.
Flag on the play.
Oh no!
Right. Why? You get your food, I get my food.
Yeah, but you can share.
You could just a taste.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but here's the thing. Like I get into this all the time. I order something delicious.
Oh,
My wife
she
will order
doesn't.
something that I have
You know what?
very little interest in. And she's like, "Do you want to split?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like,
No,
I don't like that. All right,
I
don't want-
respect that. Because you get something like really good, like a dinner special, and they're like, I'm going to have a Cobb salad. It's like, I don't want your fucking lettuce. If I wanted lettuce, I would
Can
have got
have some-
lettuce.
Can I have some of your fries? No, you got broccoli. You ordered broccoli. You could have ordered fries. It was on the menu. You decided not to.
Oh my god.
Dang.
She gets the fries, guys. Don't.
I see.
don't-
Oh,
make no bones about it. This is what I say on the inside.
Okay.
I usually just acquiesce.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
alright.
See, that's why you're a happy man.
Well, if I'm gonna need to go, like I need 2 days to go film something,
Mm-hmm.
then if I'm not given a couple French fries at dinner, I'm
Yeah.
gonna lose a lot of bargaining chips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so funny though. You really don't like the split thing. You saying there's never been a time where you and your wife go to a restaurant and you're like, man, these two things, they look bomb. We can't decide. You get one, I get one. Let's split it.
I'm sure that has happened before.
Yeah.
But that's not the norm.
Oh, the norm is.
The norm is usually like I get like a bacon cheeseburger with French fries, and then she'll get something like a soup and like some sides or something like that, or she'll get something with like all the good stuff taken off and put on the side. And then it'll be messed up, and she's like, they only mess up my food. I'm like, because you make changes and I don't.
Yeah.
Your food's never messed up. Like, because I order what's on the menu.
Yeah.
You order what's on the menu minus this, added this,
Yeah.
with this on the side, and then they mess it up. You're like, this is ridiculous. I'm like,
I can't believe they didn't have my
it checks
27
out. It adds up.
modifications.
It adds up.
Oh my god, that's so freaking funny. You know, I be feeling bad because I'm like, I ask my husband all the time, I'm like, can I have a bite of like your thing? Like, you want to try some of mine? I do the thing where I'm like, you want to try some of mine?
Yeah,
And he'd be like,
yeah,
no,
nah.
thank
No, I'm
you.
good.
Because that's an
And I'm like,
invitation. and
can
it's
I
like,
try
oh,
some of
they-
yours? And I'm like, I know it's terrible, but I do it because sometimes the stuff he gets, I'm like, I just want to try like a little, just a bite. I'm not trying to split it all the time. You judging me? You like
I am.
it?
Yes, for sure.
I think it's reasonable.
What? Give me an
To a
example.
certain
Give me an
extent.
example of a dish that you had to try.
Oh
because it
my
looked good.
god. Okay. I gotta think now.
Imagine something
Because
shitty.
I guarantee you it's something you've eaten before, so you know what it tastes like. Like,
can
oh,
I
that
try
chicken
your-
parm looks
Literally.
good. Can I try it? It's like, you know what it tastes like? Chicken parm.
Yeah.
Like, you've already had it.
But like,
But we would never got it from this place before. It's
Exactly.
still the same thing.
you don't know that.
can I try
the
your
sauce
mashed
is different.
potatoes?
It's probably a different brand of mozzarella. Like, what kind of breadcrumbs they use on it? You're not understanding
It's
the
gonna be more or less-
nuances
It's going
of
to be
it.
more or less the same.
I don't think so. I
Alright.
have to disagree. You don't understand. Sauce is everything.
yeah.
The next time I come on here at some point, I'm gonna get chicken cutlet from 2 different places, and you're gonna taste them. Or maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm gonna go to the same place
And
you're
just
gonna taste
wrap
them, and I'm gonna wrap it differently, and we're gonna see what you think.
I don't know. Some places do make their foods a little bit different.
I mean, yeah,
like,
of course. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is, it's not like
Like
you're
a
gonna
drastic
like you
difference?
have no idea what it tastes like. You're gonna taste
Oh,
it,
okay,
and it's gonna
okay.
be like the heavens are opening. Like, oh my God, where's this been all my life?
Okay,
like,
well,
it's a little bit better than the place we
You gotta
normally
pretend
get
the
it
food
from.
is shitty. So
All
then
right,
the
hold
person
on.
doesn't
So
wanna taste it,
let's
you know?
rephrase.
Like, why is it
the-
already all gone?
Like,
So let's try to get rid of it.
oh,
really
this
bad.
tastes gross.
Let's rephrase the thing. So it's like when I say taste, I don't mean taste like
Like, you just
like
want
it's
to
the
eat some
first
of his,
time.
You just want to eat some of his food.
I just want to have a little bit, just a
How
palate
come you can't-
cleanser.
How come you can't just let him have what he wants?
Sometimes I do that.
Okay. So lovely. So
Yeah,
lovely.
no, for the most part, he eats what he eats and I eat what I eat. But, like, you know, every once in a while, I'm not always dogging his food, but, like, it's just a bite. It's just a bite.
I don't
Well,
know, with certain things, though, with certain things, it's like, because, like, my ex and I, we used to get food, but we'd be like, hey, like, you want to try it? And, like, we would very much be like, I'm getting this, you're getting that, and, like, even if we didn't discuss it, like, we both would offer and stuff like that. Or we would go to a lot of, like, I guess, like, that was the style that we would eat, is we would just order a whole bunch of stuff, and then we would, like, try and whatever, unless it was spicy. I don't do spicy. Well, somewhat. But, I don't know, depending on what it is, because if it's, like, I don't know, like, sometimes someone always asking to try your food, it just, like, you know, it kind of starts boiling, where you're like, God! Like,
Yes. Yes.
let me eat my fucking
love
fries!
Don't get
You
me
know?
wrong, but
Yeah.
yeah, after a while, it's like, you know, it's French fries. You need to have 3 of my French fries. Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
I
so
feel
I'm
the
going to call it a
frequency-
palate cleanser from now on. It's like, can I cleanse my palate
That's
with one
worse.
of your fries?
With
That's
your-
worse. That's worse.
Can I use your food to cleanse
Can I-
mine so mine tastes better?
No, well, you know, just a little something here, a little something there, and I have my thing. You know, I like a little.
Look, I get a lot of people don't mind it, and generally I don't. But it's like, you know, if you're doing it all the
Sometimes,
time.
yeah. If it's like
you're
a
doing it all the
constant
time,
thing,
I think I
that
do it
that
all
would
the time.
piss me off.
you're gonna
That
notice
would
now,
piss
and
me
you're gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna see
Probably.
Like, I'm gonna ask him. No, I'm not. No, I'm
Yeah.
not.
No, if it's a constant thing, then yeah.
I'm
'cause-
thinking. I mean, but he.
What you gotta do is you gotta watch to see if he's starting to get full. Because once you don't finish, then you can get.
Yeah, towards the end of the meal is when
Like
you
I
ask.
usually finish my wife's dinners when she doesn't finish. So they get
That's
a little bit.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
This is fair. I like this. This
Yeah.
is a better idea. I'm gonna reevaluate because we're going to Vegas this weekend. So I'm like, but we're gonna hit the buffets. So I'm not gonna need to try any of the things that he
I
has.
guarantee
Yes.
you're still gonna.
No,
He's
stop.
gonna be like, you can just go back up right now and try. Like, yeah, but yours looks so good.
Yeah, no, see that? No. My cousin does that shit. My cousin does that, and we always tell her, we're like, Amanda, fucking stop. We're like, no.
Based on her reaction, so does your friend Melanie. She does that too.
No, because Mel doesn't do it often. Like, I think if we went out to eat, and Mel did it all the time, like, who was it?
I don't
I
think
yelled
I-
at Renee one time.
Oh,
Because
I'm like, I never asked.
I-
for food. I've never
Yeah,
asked her
Mel,
for food.
Mel doesn't really ask me that often, so that's why I'm like, oh yeah, I don't mind. Like today, she was like, can I have some me a sandwich? I was like, yeah, whatever, and like I chopped a little piece. If she was saying, like, you know, if they're taking more, if you take more than a quarter, we got an issue. All right, like that's an issue. If it's not like, no, take more. But if you just like straight up go for the half, and then it's kind of
Yeah,
like.
if you take my meal,
That's
and
what I'm
half
saying.
of it
Like,
yours,
oh,
we got a
yeah,
problem.
no, it's good. Just take my whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
I don't want it at all. I didn't want it.
Yeah, no, like, I wasn't
Made
fucking
it for
hungry.
you,
I
yeah.
ordered this entire cheeseburger just for you. Like, no.
Yeah.
No, but Mel doesn't really ask
Maybe that's
often.
because she usually just gets the same things.
Ah,
So
yeah.
I
No,
don't.
I feel like
Are
I
you
do
blind?
the same thing.
I'm like,
Oh, she is.
That's
That's why you
fucked
gotta
up.
get
oh my god.
No, but like Mel doesn't really ask like that. Like,
Because I usually get what I want.
yeah, but also
I'm
too,
the
I
person
feel
that
like-
asks. I want cheese on my fries. Give me the hot sauce, whatever. I get my shit set up.
Yeah,
so I
but-
don't have to, but I'll offer you some of my
No,
food.
but that's what I'm saying. But yeah, in conclusion, she's not the asshole. And
Yes,
that's really weird. And then
It is
and then
weird.
also too for him to stop doing it after she talked to him about it, and then his response was, "I was just checking. Check this." Like what?
He can't check that. I can't see that.
You know, look, see,
What?
I wanted to
You're
make
right,
that
you're
joke.
right, you're right,
I wanted to make that joke, but sometimes, like, I'd be making jokes, and Mel's like, "We don't condone this."
All right, guys. I think it's time for us to wrap up. So, Dom, what are our affirmations for today?
Ah, yes. Our affirmations are not about blind people. Um,
Okay.
Oh my
Our
God, Jesus Christ.
affirmation. We have 2 affirmations today. So, as per usual, we hope that these resonate with you. And if they do not, share it with a friend. Maybe it'll resonate with them. Maybe you just need to watch this episode 30,000 times and, boost up our viewings.
Yes.
Thanks. So then it'll finally resonate with you. And if it doesn't resonate with you, probably because you're dumb. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, we do hope that this resonates with you and that it'll somehow make your day better.
Yeah.
And if it makes your day worse, sorry.
Hi.
Yeah, like, sometimes you hear like a truth and it's like, I was having a good day.
That hurts.
And
yeah.
that hurts, but I needed to hear it. Yeah, so we just hope that you're doing good. So the first one is, I know that I am always aligned with the best possible timeline for me.
Yes.
Pretty good. Pretty good. And then the second one is, I nurture myself with love and allow myself to flourish.
Woo.
Very nice, very nice. So
Thank
yeah,
you,
we
Dom.
hope these affirmations.
Affirmations.
Oh.
Oui. Well, these are Italian hands.
Oui, and then you said it in French.
Oui.
You were all over the
French,
map there.
the French mustache. But yeah, so those are affirmations. Mellard, take it home.
Yes. Okay. So to wrap things up, TJ, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you guys.
through.
This was a lot of fun. Thank
Yeah.
you
This
so much for
was
having me
so
on. I
much
really
fun.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. And don't forget to hit the links below. Can people also contact you for like roles and stuff like
Sure,
that?
absolutely. Contact me for
Wow.
whatever having to do with film related. I got enough of those bots looking to have me invest in their Bitcoin adventures and stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
Nice.
stick to film industry stuff.
Okay. And where can the people find you?
Instagram is KIGB Productions. Twitter or X is TKiss24, and then Facebook TJKiss.
All right.
You have to say our handles.
Yes.
Of course.
All right. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Patreon, YouTube, and Spotify. We are Talk Your Shift across all platforms. And if you want advice or you have any Am I the Assholes, please email us at talkyourshift@gmail.com.
And please don't forget to leave us a review. And I think it's only on Spotify you can do ratings, correct?
Yes.
So make sure
Ratings.
you leave us a rating. 5 stars preferably. If it's 1 star, I will fucking kill you. No, I'm kidding. I was going to say find you. But I feel like, you gotta be intense. I will find you.
You might get in trouble. You might get in trouble for that one.
What? The K
If somebody
word?
disappeared, here's an idea for a
For-
horror film.
Yeah.
Podcaster
You're welcome.
says
You're
that.
welcome.
Now all of a sudden
You're
people start
welcome.
disappearing and they're being blamed.
Yeah.
It turns out it was Mel the whole
Oh
time.
Yeah,
my
I
God,
know.
the whole
Of course.
time. It was me, the quiet one.
Yes, but yeah, so
Bye.
leave us a review. 5 stars, pretty please. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube and also make sure that you slap the shit out of the like button because that'll be very much appreciated.
All right, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.